everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval. Today we will be reviewing the Soviet ship Neustrashimy. Now, I'm going to say this straight out, this is not one of my favorite ships, and I'll tell you why. It has a little bit of everything, but not enough to make it worthy, I guess you could say. Let's start with guns. It has two gun turrets of 130 millimeter guns, but it's only four guns total. So, yes, it has rapid firing guns and they're very powerful, but it's not enough to be classified as good gunboat. Now, he takes the torpedoes. Yes, it has 10 torpedoes, so go out to a range of 10 kilometers. But the rate of fire for the torpedoes is one of the worst in the game. Add to that, it has good AA, or at least it would, if it had more anti aircraft guns, and they did not get taken out so easily. So the ship wants to be a lot of things, but it can't really do any of them, I guess you could say. All in all, what I'm trying to say is that I have not had very good luck with this ship as it has been for the past. Now, they did buff the speed to 35.6 knots. The ship was a lot worse when it could only do about 33, and they upped the rate of fire for the ship as well, which it really needed. So, I mean, like I said, I don't have much hope for this ship, but it is definitely not a bad ship. You can have smokescreen or torpedo reload. I use the smokescreen because there's points when you need to not be seen. You get yourself into trouble and it doesn't have the firepower to get yourself out. Additionally, I used to run it with defensive AA, but like I said, the AA just wasn't up to my standards, so I switched it out for the speed boost because the speed is still kind of meh and it needed that little extra push. Now, I have a pretty negative opinion of the ship, but like I said, I do use it once in a while, and it is a uh, free XP rated ship, so you can get a bunch of free XP using the ship. So you do enjoy using 130 millimeter guns and all the other Russian destroyers, then this one is not that bad. So let's take her out in a game and show you how she does. Alright, here we have a game. Carrier, 4 battleships, 5 cruisers, and 1 destroyer. So there's not going to be much destroyer on destroyer action, but you will see how she does against other ships of this tier. Now, one thing I do find that the ship is good at in all destroyers and ships with the 130 millimeter guns is that the armor piercing is really good against broadside and cruisers. You have that fast shell velocity of 950 meters per second, and the rate of fire, especially at this and on PR-47, or as I have named it, Grozovoy, you can definitely tear into the sides of lightly armored ships like cruisers and just citadel them to heck. If you find a Worcester, then it's citadel hunting days and it's very fun. But like I said, not too many guns. Torp angles could be better. Gun angles are not terrible, and they're pretty fast rotating if you build for a gunboat. Like I said, the torps are really slow reloading, so I focus on the most gunboat build I can. But like I said, it's not the best gunboat. There's definitely ships. Even Tashkent is a better gunboat than this, in my opinion. I have a few health buffs and speed buffs, so don't be surprised when my speed is a bit larger than normal and faster, but that's alright. Now, Tashkent and PR-47 are able to mount a, what is it, a health buff. You can recharge your health after taking damage. This ship, even though it's the same tier, it's actually, uh, it does not get that. I showed you the consumables earlier, and those are the only ones that it's able to slot at this time. Now here's a Tone, so let's load the armor piercing and see what we can do. She's a bit far, but with a fast shell velocity, it should be okay. Yep, I'm getting citadels at 9 kilometers with destroyer guns. All in all, like I said, it's a jack of all trades kind of ship, but if it came down to one of those, Legion would be the better option. It just has more guns to use and more options. Yep. Citadels on cruisers, broadside. That is this ship's one definite positive. Now, it does struggle against battleships, though. You cannot shoot or damage them enough, quickly enough, to become useful. Let's see, there's another cruiser. They're all over there. The ship is like half a jack of all trades. Like I said, it has a lot of capabilities of different roles, but it just doesn't have the firepower and the capability to fulfill those roles. See, I shot down a plane, but it's just not enough. I'm actually getting quite a bit of shatters on this too. Let's see if we can start a fire. Now, torpedoes do good damage if they hit. The ship is now saturated, so it's going to be a pain in the butt to hit. Oh, reset a fire. That should be it for her. And there we go. And moving on. Now, all these planes have been over me the entire time, as you can tell. And I've only shot down 5 of them now. Which for a destroyer is pretty good, but the amount of time it took for me to do that is not even worth fully equipping AA slots, in my opinion. Let's see if we can get back into the game here. We're kind of sidetracked for a bit there. Now, the accuracy of these guns is not bad either. I don't remember if I have turret rotation equipped or accuracy. It's probably accuracy because there's so few guns. But we can take a look at that after the game. There's another fire. Now, I don't think armor piercing is going to be as effective on Prince Eugen because of the turtleback, but we can still try. Well, that actually wasn't bad damage. Let's see if we can sit at the tunneling a bit more, and then rush and try and torpedo Prince Eugen. Torpedoes are ready. Oh, so that didn't go exactly how I wanted it to, but it was still a fun game. Let's see how the other ships are doing. And we won. Alright, so let's see how we did. 137,000 damage, 4 ships sunk, 198 shell hits, 5 torpedo hits, 6 plane shot down, 9 citadel hits, 3 fires, 2 floodings, 2 occupied bases. And yes, I do have accuracy based, or buffed for the ship. So all in all, it's an interesting ship. There's many different ways you can play her. You can make her an AA platform, you can make her a gunboat, you can try and make her a torp boat. But she's not going to really excel in any of these roles. There's always going to be a better ship. Now, you can make it so she can adapt to any of these situations if needed, but I have not been able to manage that yet. So, in my hands, she is a clumsy ship, but that does not mean she is a bad ship. All in all, the choice is up to you whether or not to buy her. If I had the choice, I would probably not get her again after playing her, but that is just based on my playstyle as a whole. Well, thank you for your video and see you next time. Take care.